Say that again?
I would like to know who you think will win the chase.
Who do I think will win the chase? Woo, that's a loaded question right there. Man, I think that's playing roulette at the casino. I would say right this second, my favorites will be. Here's my favorites, okay? Because remember, we're all trained, right? We're trained. Okay, I can't say Dale Jr.'s going to win it because hell, he's over 300 points out. But I think the two people that are the hottest right now is Jimmy Johnson and Tony Stewart. You can see that. Now, be honest, if I was to pick somebody else, it would just be a dark horse. So we got to find out who's going to step up and who's going to tell us, who's going to train us that they're going to win it. Tony, she said, how impressed are we with Tony Stewart being his first year? Well, I never thought it was going to be hard. And on our TV show on Speed at Daytona, I said, Tony Stewart's going to come out of the gates running good right away because I knew more than the average person. See, I knew that was Rick Hendrick's team all along. That's Rick Hendrick's. Gene Haas, when Gene Haas went to jail, Mr. Hendrick ran the team to make sure it wouldn't fall apart. And then when they knew Gene was coming out of jail, he had tax problems. So we went to jail. So what happened is they offered, Tony Stewart half the team or majority of the team. Well, any team Tony goes to, first you got to understand it's all Hendrick Motors, that's all Hendrick cars. And then Mr. Hendrick said, "Hey, look, we'll give you dairy and grub." The crew chief for Jimmy Johnson when he won the Daytona 500. So Mr. Hendrick can only have 4 teams. So you go over and you add, those are additions to the team. So I knew they were going to come out smoking right away. I knew they were. So I think the media didn't understand just how close those two organizations were. I knew it through Kenny Schrader. Kenny Schrader's good friends with Rick Hendrick. And when they were putting drivers in and out of that 70 car, Rick Hendrick called up and said, "Hey, put Schrader in the 70 car." I go, wow. Well, Rick Hendrick must be the boss. So I knew Tony was going to come out smoking right away because Rick Hendrick was taking care of that whole program because it's Rick's Motors and Rick's cars. So, and even you heard Tony Stewart coming out saying, "Look, we got to give him credit, when he was doing good." I just want to let y'all know, really, these Hendrick Motors, these Hendrick cars. So, and even they called me because they know I do TV, and they said, "Hey, thanks for giving a shout out to Hendrick." Because so then when Tony won Pocono, Rick Hendrick comes by the Speed TV Victory Lane, and Rick Hendrick looks at me and goes, "Hey, at least I got one car in Victory Lane." So that was a hidden deal that a lot of people didn't know about. I didn't go nuts about it on TV because you just figured we'd train everybody through as the year went. Now it's kind of out there. But that's a Hendrick addition is what that is. Let's go to this nice lady here in the white. Yes, ma'am. Tony Stewart picked Ryan Newman. Yes. They gave Tony, Tony doesn't go to the shop and write checks. Tony doesn't run the team. Tony is so famous and such a good race car driver. He's probably, from what I'm hearing, his sales are rivaling Dale Jr.'s right now. That's what I'm hearing. I think everybody's appreciating Tony Stewart's maturity now. He's not smacking for tacos no more. If you notice, everybody's starting to like Tony now. You know what I'm saying? So, but Tony went in there, and all the crew members and everybody wanted to work for Tony now. But Tony Stewart picked Ryan Newman, and actually, what's funny is Tony Stewart's building this huge home in Indiana, and Ryan Newman's wife is controlling the house. And all Ryan Newman's wife said is that when the house is over, she said, "All I want you to do, Tony, is buy me a car." So she's taking care of the house. She's building Tony's house. It's a log cabin deal or something. And Tony, through his affiliation with Bass Pro Shop, Tony turned into a country guy. He started hunting and all this stuff. So Tony's now like a fisherman guy. So yeah.
Tony with a gun.
Kind of started, Tony with a gun. That's scary.
Like Dick Cheney.
So, cowboy with the cowboy hat.
Is somebody going to go to a COT type car? If so, what happens to the older cars?
Yeah. Great question. They say that the new type of COT type car from the Nationwide Series, I've seen it. They say it's actually a way better design than the Cup car because the body fits on the wheelbase. The wheelbase on the Nationwide car is a little bit smaller. They're not using the wing, they're using the spoiler. They say it's an awesome car. The problem is right now we're waiting for the economy to get back to where, if you tell every one of these Nationwide guys, there's maybe 22 cars that have some money. The rest of them are starting parts and guys that run around. If you tell these guys to switch cars right now, it'd kill them. You know, so they're thinking about next year of running the new car, maybe at Daytona, Talladega, and the road courses. That's what I'm hearing. To me, I wouldn't do nothing right now. I'd let everybody get their jobs back. I'd wait a couple more years. These cars are putting on, they're fine. No reason to do anything right now when, you know, if you tell these guys to throw their cars away and build new ones. I mean, that'd be like me telling anybody in that's out of a job, hey, go buy a new car. So who's out of a job? Raise your hand. Okay, that'd be like me telling you, go buy a new car. Well, you ain't got the money, right? So they're like telling us, go build a new car. Well, hell, we ain't got the money. So the same thing. So then you just need to wait for a while. Let's just keep racing.